YouTube, this is Vacuum Man 8 today, and today we're doing Vintage Week 2020 again. And this week the modern technology does need to have maintenance done once a month, i.e. the filter's cleaned. And we never did Vintage Week last week because felt it was unfair, because we were still doing our usual routine. So routine now is changed now for us as a whole, because I've got 6 weeks off work and Kyle has got 6 weeks away from school. So I thought it'd be a good week really. So I've just felt that it would be a better time to do the Vintage Week when we're actually home to use the vintage vacuums fairly. Just a quick update on Dirty Yeti. Dirty Yeti's been very busy indeed. The Dyson, it's got a lot of fluff and that in it, so we've been vacuuming that one. That one there has had a lot of fluff in it as well. Out of some of the new rugs, obviously it's taken some of the coverings off. The rug situation now, we've got this one, we've got the old one with the squares on it, we've got the one which has got the imprints out of it, and upstairs we've almost got a plush style rug opposed to anything else. So Dirty Yeti's had a bit of an hard day. I literally was going to empty the bag, but it filled up so much that this is the bag there. That is about 4 weeks use from Dirty Yeti, and it's filled with wood and composite plastic. And this, I've been using paper bags with it, and these are just the cheapy ones. These are ones when we buy the Henrys, you know. But I'm just going to show you what happens to the filter with these cheap bags. And this is why you should always, and they always recommend to use the genuine bags only. So this has been sucking up fairly fine particles because I've been vacuuming the decking. I've been cutting composite and wood, and as you can see, look, the filter's disgusting. You can see all the wood, all the bits of wood and the mud. Obviously the very fine stuff. So these bags don't actually hold it in. The other thing is as well, to state the filter, we're gonna have to brush this one out with a dustpan and brush. They do recommend, actually, if you read the instructions on a pneumatic, that every time you're supposed to clean the bag, change the bag, you're supposed to brush the filter out. And I don't think a lot of people do it, to be honest with you, because I've asked various people, say, oh, do you brush? Oh no, I'll never do that. So Hetty, we'll have to have a bit of a dust out. There's a few scuffs on it, but it is just the work vac. It is the one that does all the crappy work. It does hold the plastic dust. It holds everything. I think I even use it for vacuuming the gutters out as well. So yeah, so the modern technology, I think we've had 5 weeks between it, but we do share loads between these two. This week it's been the last month, been using this one a fair bit for convenience, and I've been bringing this one out a couple of times. Generally when I'm home, I'll use this one more, and when we're back to the work and school routine, we generally use this one more. So it does change from year to year, month to month, just depends how it is. So I just thought this week on the Vintage Week we'd use something similar. So we'll get the machines out. It's going to be a bit of a challenge because one machine has not really been used for 4 years, and it's interesting to see how a machine changes from you last see it. So over the Vintage Week we use various colour combinations, and I thought it was time to use the hot green combination. Now this one I got from eBay, but it was actually from a collector that I knew, and it is a fantastic machine. It's absolutely fantastic. We've even vacuumed the car out with the thing. So this one, because of the way, because I'm going to be home and there's going to be dirt flicked on the floor quite often, this one's going to be taking the place of the V11. These ain't got great suction, but they are good for up top cleaning. Like I say, they ain't got massive suction, but it is good for hard floors. We've got all the bits to go on it. This one's slightly faded a little bit, but the shock is this one really, because looking at the old video we did about 4 to 4.5 years ago on the Vacuum Man 8, and Carl was about I think he was about 8, I think. One of the first machines we ever did. One of his OG machines. It's gone quite brown. We do actually keep them in the darkest settings as well. They're all boxed up. All the bags, all the bags never ever stay out. They're all in a sealed box, so all the bags stay in one condition because we don't want the little moths eating holes in them. So I'm going to show you now quickly. I left the belt on the thing, and there's the belt lock. So we haven't fired this one up. I don't really know how well it's going to run. It's still going to have a suppressor in it, so we're going to run it quickly just to see if it's going to run like a bag of crap. But we bought this one back when we could actually travel. At the moment, Cole has good and bad days, so traveling, and you buy it on eBay, things like that, and then they say, oh, local pickup. I think we drove 250 miles for that one, or maybe 300 miles there and back. I had a day out as well by the seaside. So that one was a fantastic machine. It even come in its original blue bag, I think, in that one. It was that old. So we haven't done a lot, but I know it does run well. The brush bar on it actually is in nice condition. So just looking at the bag here, look, this is the hop green, the John Krill and hop green. The hop green is like, I think it's that. No, that's the hop green, and that's John Krill. John Krill is like a yellowy colour. But this one was also a benchmark machine because, I mean, what you can see on camera and what I can see is completely different. It's almost more of a urine colour yellow, when it should be more than this sort of shade of yellow. The bags, we got the Swedish green one. The bags are slightly, very slightly different colour shade. We'll try and get a good shot of this, but you can see where that bag is more of a yellowy colour, and that one is more of a off green colour. So this is a correct bag because this one doesn't match. You can see it's a complete different colour. So this one's going to be an interesting one. I was hoping it was going to be in better condition, so we're going to have a look at this one later on. So I'm just going to grease the bearings on it, maybe build the motor back, don't know, but we're going to be using it as well, so it's going to be a bit of a time trial. I would say never rush old machines too much, because you want to let them soak, you want to let them put the grease back in them. So I'm hopefully going to pack out the, just chuck some grease in them. I'm going to soak the bearings. I'm probably going to be cheating and maybe using a different brush bar that's pre-built while we're doing that one, while I'm working on it. But obviously the motor, we're going to have to take out the suppressor. I mean, it could even blow. We're actually going to switch this one on quickly. There's no belt or nothing in it before we actually get it running. It sounds all right in here, so we'll quickly fire this thing up and see what it sounds different on camera. Stop. So this one was one of the very first plastic Hoover Juniors, and as we know, the 70s machines used to fade and go like a yellowy colour. And as you can see, this one is a lot better quality plastic. Like I say, you had the Battleship Grey before that, which was painted. And then they started making them more lighter and more cheaper. So we're just going to fire this one up now. There's no brush roll at all in it. I think the brush roll is actually here, look, and it seems to be okay. So as it's not been run for a while, we're going to run it offload. It might short the electric out, who knows. I'll put a seagull bag in it as well. I might get electrocuted. So let's get clicking on. As you can see, look, that's quality there, isn't it? That's huge bricks made quality, man. Well, that's with no aggregator. What we'll do now, we'll put the aggregator on now and see how it sounds. Once upon a time, this machine was that shade, and now it's that shade. So we can fix that. I'll put the belt on. This was belt I found on the side, so I should imagine this was the one we used last time in a junior. So it should be okay. You don't really want to, on these old machines, especially if they've been left around, not to put a brand new belt on them. If you're going to use a new belt, you want to stretch them on for like a week or two. Never use them, never ever store them with a belt on, because that's what happens to your belt. But, you know, I think that was only a cheap belt anyway. So we'll just switch this one on with the aggregator now, and we'll see how well the motor's going to run. It might go bang now because we're putting load on the motor. Well, considering I've never touched this one internally, I think we don't really need to strip this one down. I think these sounds fine.
Bang!
Obviously, I've greased or I've oiled the aggregator. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pour some grease into the bearings on the aggregator. Like I say, the belt was a used belt, so it's been on a couple of vintage weeks. I've got belts that we use them just direct. Belts and aggregators sometimes set up just for vintage week while we get the other ones refurbished. So overall, apart from it needs to be, the yellow needs to be back to that sort of shade, it's all right really. Like you say, that's the Swedish green bag, and it is a slightly different green. I know that from experience because I've actually looking at the senior ones as well, they're exactly the same. So very hard to tell, but it is different. Plus as well, I know from a fact, looking at the original video, this had all bubbles on it. You're not going to use the bubble off on it.
Yeah,
you got about 5 of them. So yeah, so this one.
Let's grab that one just on.
So touch wood. We'll see how well this one goes. We'll see if there's an issue with the coil. I think this one's going to be personally a good machine. They've got a good length of bristles on the brush roll. They're not brand new, but they're not very worn out. So the only problem with this one here is it's no height right adjuster, and we've got a bit of a challenge. So I might have to upstairs when I do bedroom out with the almost, I would say it's almost like a plush style carpet, but not quite.
Use that one.
We're going to have to maybe use the Hoover or put this one on number 2, because the other thing we're going to have to do as well, we're going to have to put a quality plug on it. And looking at the supplies, we're out of the 60s square plugs, so we may have to put a 70 style one on there. Well, or nick one off another machine, because we've got a dead machine over there which I bought, and so we'll wait and see. So yeah, so we'll see how well these two get on for the week. Going to give it a good crack. Going to do a bit of work on some vacuums. I'll be still very busy outside. The shops are open now. We've got Curry's knocking on our door. So we're going to be literally down to Curry's, maybe seeing what they've got down there. Having a little session down there. Wearing the face masks. We just got our haircut today, first time for 5 months.
Face shield.
Yeah, well, yeah, he wants to get a pneumatic face shield because he does take a taxi to school, and the rules and regulations with the face mask, he's not getting on too well with the face mask, and the face shield I think is going to be more better, isn't it? It's almost like a motorbike visor, isn't it? So we're probably going to get one of these pneumatic ones before they sell out everywhere. So we're going to be looking at. Well, we'll get 2, yeah. Always better to get 2. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Vacuum Man 8. And we'll see if this one has any issues. That one there, like you say, we've used this one quite a few times. one of his favourite machines actually, the Hooverette. Like I say, you can see where, you know, the design of this come from. This was like the killer, this one here killed eventually off these in some ways. Yeah, so what'd you say now, Kyle? Bye for now. Peace. Subscribe to Vacuum Addict. Thanks for watching. I'll give Etty a good dust out now, and wipe her out. She's got a bit more work to be done yet. Yeah. Bye.